Let's go to Seminole. Hi, Seminole. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Your Royal Highness.
Good afternoon.
I got an asshole driver story for you. Just got off Walsingham Road, heading east, driving rainstorm. Car in front of me, up tailgating a Seminole furniture truck. Got up to 113th. This driver pulls over in the left-hand turn lane. What do you think? Turns on his right turn signal. When the light turns green, he tears ass out of there in front of that truck and he's gone. Did you believe that?
Unbelievable story. 576 WSUN in Pinellas, Hillsboro. Hello, Belinda. 576 WSUN in Pinellas, Hillsboro. 221 WSUN. Well, let's go to Jeffy. Oh, okay, you've got that. I'm sorry. I should have known better. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, not too bad.
This hair's getting long in the back. Oh, it is,
Yeah, except yesterday I couldn't take it anymore, so I hacked off my fingernails.
Oh,
you can
God.
level them out for me.
I was not going to try not to say anything about that. Here, I'm going to start to curl under again. Oh, God. Making that noise, that tapping noise on the counter and all.
I didn't know it bothered you that much. I'll really let you know this time.
Be the willy. Yeah.
You got any fake fingernails you can, maybe put 3-4 of them together on each finger?
Look at what we're going to do. October 16th it starts.
Ooh.
Therapeutic massage.
I'm going to start teaching it.
Who
Teaching
is?
it.
Lorraine.
Can we get Sharon a scholarship?
Sure. A scholarship?
576 WSUN in Pinellas, Hillsboro,
I want the
221
massage. I don't want no spanking scholarship.
No, Sharon, I don't think you understand. As a matter of fact, I was going to cut this out and bring it into you today. Robin Quivers has signed a deal.
To do what?
I believe it's a television or a movie development thing. It's an anecdote out of her book. You see, Sharon, if you behaved right and did your job as it should be done, great things could be happening to you, too, just like they're happening to Robin.
Well, come on, let's get them happening here.
Well, let's start acting the way Robin acts.
And how might that be?
Deferential. Let's go to Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
This is the Slicer. I'm your arch enemy. I'm the guy who cuts you off every day. I just figured I'd call up and let you know there's a reason for all this, Bob.
Yeah.
The thing is what do you call it when 2 lanes of traffic merge into one? You call it a bottleneck, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you got, like, say, just a bottle of water, all the water doesn't run down one side of the bottle to get to the thing to get out faster. It all comes down. It all blends at one point. Now, if everybody goes down the 2 lanes at the same time, they hit the 1 lane and just go ding, 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 and merge together, everything works out fine.
No. That's not the way it works. You see, if you take a bottle and you turn it upside down, it goes bloop, 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 bloop. But if you turn it slowly on its side, it all comes out smoothly, doesn't it, if you let it all come out on one side?
Right, but the key to this bottleneck would be the fact that there's no air pocket on the back of my car, so we wouldn't suffer from that glunk glunk.
There is going to be an air pocket on the back of your car when I'm through with it if you try that stunt again.
No, and
you don't know who you're talking to, sir.
I'll tell you what else.
I am the Gandhi Avenger.
Right, and I'm going to slice to the guy that cuts you off. But grocery stores, even more fun. Is what I like to do is get in line, get like 3 or 4 items, get like third-person line, and then run out of the line and run over and grab something, come back to the cart again before it moves forward.
Sure, Belinda. Just, just bang into the microphone here, It's just a radio show, Belinda. Just big-time radio show. That's okay, honey. Don't worry about it. Although, actually, considering who I have on the phone here, it's really quite all right. Bang into it again. Here, let me bang into it.
Let me think. Maybe there's something else I do that irritates you, too. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got the grocery store thing covered. The one thing I won't do, however, though, is if traffic's backed up, I won't go into the emergency lane. That does piss me off.
Well, you have to go into the emergency lane to get around me on the Gandhi.
Oh, see, I don't go on the Gandhi. I do the even more fun is the Howard Franklin where it goes from 4 to 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody stays in those 2 left-hand lanes. You take the far right one, zoom straight down. It's not like I cut out 30 seconds of traffic. I cut out 5-10 minutes of waiting in line and stop and go traffic by zooming past everybody.
I can't stand those people who do that every day.
But if you would stay in the two lines, it wouldn't be 5-10 minutes of stop and go traffic. It would be maybe 6 minutes of nice, slow, everybody would move.
We're not going to have coercion between everybody. Everybody can't just get along. We're always going to have people doing that, so I can either be one of the slow people in the two left lanes, or I can be one of the people 5-10 minutes ahead of you slow people. You know.
Your ass is grass.
Hey, you come on over to the Howard Franklin tough guy.
I am the Gandhi Avenger.
Come on over to the Howard Franklin tough guy. We'll see what you got.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be there tonight.
Yeah, you just come on down. I'll be out there at 6:15 waiting for you.
Yeah, you're going to be a grease spot.
Yeah. I'll take your... What is that, your little Audi thing there? Is that what you're driving now?
Oh, give me a break. You'll find out what I'm driving.
Yeah, it'll be like a Batmobile car, right?
Yes.
That's that little laser cannon on the front.
That's right. Jeffy is on the passenger side wearing his tights and his cape.
He wears those anyway.
The boy wonder.
I thought he wore tights and capes all the time.
Well, just on the weekends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably another story.
Yes, it is.
Well, now that we've come to terms, I'll see you on the road, bud.
Okay.
Frog.
Look out, fella. Boy. Screen those calls better, Jeffy. Don't want those kind of people on my show.
Hey, when those people do that, zoom up along in that right-hand lane. Makes me so mad.
We're starting to work it out. We're starting to work it out. It's getting better. It's getting better. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. It's 419.
Hello, this is Gary Spivey, Psychic to the Stars, and remember, I come on right after Bob Lassiter from 6 to 8 p.m. here on AM 620 WSUN. Now, back to my sales manager at Spivey's Corner, Mr. Bob Lassiter.
No, Belinda, you didn't ever tell me about your $100 parking ticket.
Yeah, I believe you, Ranky.
I got a $100 parking ticket for parking in the zone where the white lines are, next to a handicap zone, but
Yeah.
the lines were so faded you couldn't see them.
Oh.
And I got off because of that. I took pictures of it and had to go to court, and they let me off because they were faded. And the very next day, they painted the lines.
Well, that's worth it.
But it is a $100 ticket.
It's a fascinating story, Belinda.
Is it?
No.
Oh, I guess.
Not a fascinating story at all. I don't know why you bothered to interrupt the show with a dumb story like that.
Fascinating enough. It's fascinating.
Oh, it was about as fascinating as your damn recipes, Sharon. No wonder you thought it was fascinating.
Thanks a lot. At least I don't sit and pass gas amongst big crowds of people on a Saturday night where it's deathly quiet, except for the air escaping from your posterior.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's go to Olds tomorrow. Hi, Olds. You're on the air at WSUN.
Not a good idea to piss off the woman that's about to cut your hair, Bob.
You're right. I was just thinking about the guy that used to cut my hair when I was a kid, Tony. I can't remember his last name. But I used to apparently fidget in the seat, and on 3 or 4 occasions, Tony took a damn good chunk out of my earlobe.
Ouch.
Yes. Ouch.
Hey, while we're on the subject of complaining about people's irresponsibility, I'd like to get it to the court system. Nothing about O.J., but I'm just getting sick of these people filing civil suits again, for millions of dollars because of their own stupidity. I mean, when you were growing up, I know when I was growing up, if somebody had a beware of dog sign, up on a fence, and you jumped over that fence and you got bit by that dog, that's your own damn stupidity. You don't turn around and sue the person because they have a vicious dog.
Well, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'll tell you what pisses me off a hell of a lot more than the greedy people who file the suits. I mean, what the hell? I'm just like everybody else. If I thought somebody was going to drop a few mil in my lap, I'd be only too happy to take it. But what really pisses me off are the attorneys who, knowing full well that they are in essence filing frivolous litigation, get involved in this because there are just so damn many of them. They're all frantic to earn a living, and that's really what angers me. I can understand the greed of a mere mortal.
Well, that, plus the companies that just pay instead of trying to fight it and make it look bad and have their names on the newspapers. I'd rather have my name on the newspaper.
Well, it's not even a case of paying. It's not even a case of paying to keep it out of the newspaper. It is frequently just an economic decision. It's a hell of a lot cheaper. It's the bean counter says, look, we can buy our way out for $200,000, or go to court for $700,000. Take your choice. What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, starting off with the woman that spilled the coffee on McDonald's, remember?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember where she was from, but I was just wondering if that would have happened in Florida, could she have even filed suit? Because that would be against the open container law, wouldn't it?
She was what?
In Florida, it's illegal to have an open container, no matter if it's milk, beer, whatever. And if she spilt the,
I don't think so.
No, that wouldn't have had any bearing on it.
No?
No, it's
Open container of
you're comparing apples and oranges.
Well, I mean, it's our own stupidity in the first place. You should, if you're driving, drive. Don't drink your coffee and drive at the same time. I mean, if you can handle it, go ahead and do it. But obviously, she wasn't capable of handling two things at one time.
Well, so many of the lawsuits filed in this country are really, it's the same damn thing that Goldman's trying to do to Simpson. It is to punish people or to get even with people, not because there's necessarily any merit in the suit, not necessarily because you have suffered. Well, maybe Goldman isn't really a good example, so I take that back. But nonetheless, so many of the lawsuits are filed simply to aggravate people. And it's wrong. Damn it, I pay for the courthouse, I pay for the judge, I pay for the clerk, and I don't pay for them, so that you can get even with your enemies. I provide those services so that if you are wronged in life, you have a place to go to have your grievance heard, not so that you can piss somebody off.
Right. Well, do you think there's ever going to be anything down at the court systems to where, I mean, do you remember about 2 years ago, I believe it was in Chicago, the priest that the 24-year-old guy came forward and said that he molested me when I was a child?
Yeah, Cardinal Bernardin.
Right, and then 2 years later he came forward and said I was just making it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't you think there should be some kind of charges brought forth on people, claiming false charges like that? I mean, even if it's a false charge and it lingers around for a day or two, you can ruin somebody's entire life by those charges.
Well, there are remedies. The Cardinal could turn around and sue him. That's the remedy.
Right, but he's still always going to have that, hanging over his head that somebody's going to, just like...
believe me, it's the least of Cardinal Bernardin's problems.
Yeah. Well, since Sharon just brought up your flash lunch thing, there's a little thing in in a magazine I want to read you real quick.
Yeah.
The South Dakota Supreme Court upheld a lower court ruling that laid blame on the husband for a dissolution of marriage. Among the husband's egregious actions were frequent outbursts of flatulence and a habit of reacting testily when his wife complained about them. She also testified that her husband could regulate his borborgism and would cause gas to erupt as a retaliation thing. Two of the Supreme Court justices dissented in noting the size of the alimony award to the wife. One commented, "The price of gas is going up in Sioux Falls."
Oh, would that it were true.
Hey, do you know what time the OJ thing is on tonight?
It's tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow night, and it runs from 8 until 11. The actual interview is scheduled from 9 to 10.
Okay.
But the whole show, it's Dateline is from 8 to 11 tomorrow night.
Not the yank on Jeffy's chain anymore, but there's a psychic on Montel. So I think it's one that might have been on Sylvia something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember hearing the name before, so she might have been on Spivey.
Well, he's probably a real psychic, yeah.
Sharon wants to just, bring a hat or something and get a little collection going on the cruise, Friday night. A couple weeks worth, you can get him a new TV.
Yeah, I know.
We got
it
to
would
do
make
something
all the
for him.
difference.
Yeah, we got to do something for Jeff.
All right, talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
He's a kind of a good guy.
Has he been
more or less deserves it. He hasn't.
Testy.
Farting a lot.
No, that's been you.
Oh.
Testy and farting a lot.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. It's 4:30. AM 620 WSUN. Smelling better every day.
The food is lying there while you're sitting in your easy chair. You're thinking something's wrong, you swing your arms, boy, then that air you're your despair is part of salami belch. You've eaten lots at Taco Bell, a hot dog and some muscatel. Your chest is feeling tight, you try to belch with all your might. That noise, that slurp is part of the smelly burp. A good crisp belch makes your gassy body tingle. With practice, pal, you can burp a little radio jingle. And all at once the gassy sounds start. It sounds just like an oral fart. Your friends all run away, you yell and say, don't you start. My burp, my belch is absolutely venting air art. Take it, boys. You like that one? That one's better. Wait till you hear the next one. Good crisp belch makes your gassy body tingle. With practice, pal, you can burp a little top 40 single. So listen to me, all you folks. Your belches become gassy jokes. The moral of the song is burping, so don't welch. You can become a burping fool by using your digestive tool. You must let out a long and disgusting belch.
Look at Jeffy.
Be with you in a minute.
Jeffy's even looking at you. I don't think you have
Oh,
shaved.
she's working on my beard, you know?
You haven't shaved at all since Belinda was here last, though. That underneath, that looks like an armpit gone bad.
Oh, you ought to know what that looks like.
I'll have you know. Shave under my arms every day. I do.
Probably you ought to shave 3 times a day. It's about 4 minutes before 5 or something like that. I'll be with you in a second, okay? Look, I only do this once every 3 weeks. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're back here. Okay, let's go to, let's get that there. Let's go to Plant City. Hi, Plant, you're on the air, WSUN.
Yes, Bob.
Yes, sir.
How you do, sir?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Well, I'm been a long-time listener, a first-time caller.
Oh.
Thank you. Trying to call you, I just ran into a rude incident. You give your
Jeffy?
letters over the phone, and the letters on my phone is wore off. I got 2 children in my house, and they kind of got them wore off. So I called the operator, and she couldn't give them to me. She couldn't give me the numbers that would match your letters. So then she referred me to information, and that woman, she really got ticked off. She couldn't give them to me either. So she referred me to another number. Well, I went back and forth. Finally, I did get them. But the reason why I'm calling is you talking about rude and obnoxious people and stuff like that. I got my family together, my neighbors and all of us. We decided, I guess it was about 9 or 10 of us, went over to the big stadium football game Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the first one we ever been to. No, I've never been to a football. None of my family have ever been to a football game, and it was it was quite an experience.
Oh, did you like it?
Well, what we saw of it.
What do you mean, what you saw of it?
Well, we had a real bad incident happen to us over there. We, like I said, it was about 9 or 10 of us. They had my neighbors and all of them had their younger kids, and
Oh, no, don't tell me you ran into some guy with, a goofy beard who tried to collect $3 a kid.
No.
No, oh, okay.
I wish I did. I wish I did after the game, because I probably would have had a nice talk to him, because I know who you're talking about. But what happened was we took up one whole row of the seat, and right behind us, no more than the game started, was this one out of four of them together. One guy kept hollering and screaming, which none of us really paid that much attention to that. We can deal with that. But then later on, it was he started touching my boys, touching the girls, and hollering, screaming, and nasty vanity. People down from us, they had, it was two women, they had a younger child, they was getting enough of it, so they picked up and left. But,
No, was he drunk?
I would assume he was. But about 15 minutes after the game started, I went down and got security.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up and he corrected the man. Well, that was all right for about 15 minutes. And then it started again. He spilled some beer on my wife. My son, he's not what you would want to call a skinhead, but he did shave his head that morning, Sunday morning, before the game, and wrote Buccaneers on the back of his head. I was really shocked. I wouldn't have done it to my head. And
spell out lettering.
Well, not until they're at least, they're 6 and 2, not 4 and 2. Hell no.
But that was his way of contributing to the Bucks, But that got him wound up. And then that next thing you know, he was pouncing on rubbing my son's head and all that. And we, asked him, all of us asked him, and other people have asked him to stop it. And it just went on and on. And so my neighbor that was also with his children went down and got security again. Then that settled things for about another few more minutes, and then we overheard him say that at the fourth quarter he was going to hit my son in the head, back the head. Well,
yeah, wait a second. You don't have to brush up there.
You have to excuse me. I'm a little nervous here.
Well, that's okay. It's just, Belinda was brushing my balls.
Did you finally deck the guy?
Well, what happened was that fourth quarter started. This guy came up and smacked my son real hard, right in the back of the head, and his head almost went up, hit the people in the front. Then he jumped up and turned around and hit the guy behind him. Well, they hauled my son and this guy. There was another guy behind him that tried to prevent any more of this going on. I think he ended up going to the hospital because all four of them jumped on him and hauled my son off to jail. I didn't have no money, so my neighbors and all of us, we finally got enough money up. It was like $600 to bail him out.
This was the Friday night cruise?
No. Yeah,
this is the great, fantastic Buccaneers game over there.
Okay. Good, wholesome family entertainment.
So we got people's names, numbers, and all that. They said they would do whatever they can do to help us out. But the security, you know what we was told when they took my son down? They were the police down there was really rude. They didn't even want to talk to us. They didn't want to do nothing. And they said we was in the wrong by going to security. The guys in the T-shirts. They said we should have came down and got the fellas with the badge. They said we was wrong by going to get security.
Well, how are you supposed to know that?
That's right. I've never been to a stadium. I've never been to a football game, and this incident happened. And I told them, I said, I don't care what I have to do. Everyone filed complaints. I got two of them sitting here in front of me. I'm going to make copies. I told them that I would contact Channel 13, Channel 28, all these channels. I said, some way, I will do the right thing to get this solved. Because my feelings is that we did everything possible to avoid the situation, that we knew it was going to happen. And they didn't do anything about that. They said we was wrong by going to security and having them coming up. We should have went right to the men that wore badges.
What can I say, dude?
Well, can you tell me what can I do? I mean,
apparently nothing.
Well, my wife, believe this, here's another one. My wife called a lawyer, and she says, yeah, you can do something. How much are you want? And she says, no, we don't want. We just like to have, our son's charges. Oh, well, there's nothing in it for us, so there's nothing you can do. And she talked to 2 lawyers, and that's what they said.
That's the answer.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's the way it is, dude. Sorry. Go to the hockey game next time. It's much nicer. 576-WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221-WSUN. And, of course, toll-free, 1-800-356-WSUN. Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
How you doing?
Excellent.
I wanted to get back to the subject of speeding tickets for a second.
Yeah.
I was wondering how in the world Florida can charge so much for a speeding ticket as compared to other states.
It's real easy. They charge whatever they want. They can charge us $1 gazillion if they want to. What do you mean?
You realize what the difference is? I got a speeding ticket in Georgia on the way back from Ohio here. And they got me a 91 and a 65. And I thought I was going to have to sell my car to pay for it. And it ended up only being $60.
Uh-huh.
But if you get that here, it's like 200 plus.
Ought to be.
Yeah, well...
I'll have to sell your car for doing 91 miles an hour on a public highway.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You will when I'm king.
Yeah. You wouldn't let me off on that?
Wait a sec. Just a second, caller.
Yeah.
Why am I getting dirty looks from you? Are you doing 91 miles an hour in that bucket of bolts that you're driving?
If I want to go 90 miles an hour in my bucket of bolts, I should be able to go 91 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, you can afford a 10,000-acre ranch, and you can do it on your own damn ranch, but not on my roads you can't.
I helped pay for those roads, too.
I don't have a bucket of bolts. It was a long vacation trip.
He didn't mean you, Nick.
I was talking to Jeff. He was giving me dirty looks. He thinks people ought to be able to drive 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, as long as you do it safely.
Thank you.
Ah, Jesus. Well, why don't the two of you talk together while Jeffy's giving you your hockey ticket information?
Oh, great.
Apparently, the two of you have a great deal in common. Irresponsible motoring. 576-WSUN in Pinellas.
Thanks for calling, bro.
576-WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough.
Brother.
221-WSUN. I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably keeping count. It's 446.
For a smoother feel. AM 620, WSUN.
Have you been caught in a compromising situation? Do you often wish, if only I had...
What happened here? Why did
I don't know. No,
it's not your fault. It's
the first thing I thought of.
It's
because I did that.
We only get the equipment after they have, after they've decided that it is so bad and so unreliable they won't put it on the FMs anymore. Then they put it over here. Well, we'll try it again. This is a good spot.
Have you been caught in a compromising situation? Do you often wish, if only I had that on tape? Well, with Mr. Dictaphone, your worries are over. Catch Dad making threats. It's perfect for those times when you want to use the car and you threaten to testify in court.
If you don't clean up your room, you'll get a good beating.
Improve your grades at school with Mr. Dictaphone.
Jenny, you look really good in that cheerleader outfit. How about doing a few splits for the old coach?
Surprise Mom and Dad by leaving it in their bedroom.
No, I won't put on the rubber mask again tonight.
It's perfect for playing back at slumber parties. Yes, even professionals use it.
Mr. Grant, that's $40 for straight sex.
Don't stick around. Use Mr. Dictaphone.
I don't know why. It just stops in the middle for no reason under the sun. It's a weird thing. But it probably did that 5 or 6 years ago at the FM, and did it once.
One time.
Get rid of this. Send it over to the AM.
It's ours.
Let's go to Brooksville. Hi, Brooks. You're on the air at WSUN. Hi, Brooks.
Hi. Hi, sir.
Hi.
I've been listening to you guys for a while, and I think you got a good point about this king thing.
Yeah.
I think you should be king.
I do, too.
Because
I
we
look good
need
in
somebody to control a couple good topics that you had today.
Yeah.
I've listened to you from Citrus County all the way down to Pinellas County, then back to Brooksville. I listen to you guys all the time. One thing that you didn't touch on, and nobody even mentioned, and I know you've had
run
into this on the road.
Yeah.
You're going up the road. There's a guy in the right-hand lane doing 55. There's a guy right beside him doing 55. And up comes some old couple in the outside speeding lane, pulls right up alongside of them doing 55. Next thing you know, you got 50 cars in front of you. Nobody can pass nobody.
I don't see it often because I don't do that much highway driving, but I've seen it, and you're right. You're right. We'll have the horsemen come up again with a mace and just beat the hell out of them, beat them bloody on the side of the road.
You know what happens when you go by them? You look at their tags, and they're just about every
Michigan,
time. They're all from out of state.
Michigan,
yeah, Michigan, Wisconsin.
every time.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really from Wisconsin. It's those dastardly people from Michigan go to Wisconsin and get plates to try to throw the other people off.
That's probably it. They're right next door to each other.
Right, because, the people from Wisconsin, they are not even doing 55. People from Wisconsin are all the way over in the far right-hand lane munching on wheels of cheese.
Right. Speaking of cheese, you got a topic today you were talking about that I know irks every Floridian. I was born here. I'm the fourth generation.
Yeah.
And all my kids and grandchildren, they were all born here. What really irks me is you get into the food market. Now, this is right up your alley because I've heard you talk about this a numerous amount of times. And you're walking down the aisle, and you're in a hurry. You want to go home because you got a guest coming for dinner or something, and you want to pick up something special in the store, and you can't get by because there's a couple big old overweight tubby-type people, mooses or elephants.
From Michigan.
Yeah, from Michigan. Standing in the aisle looking for something. Or there's one that's 500 pounds on one of these little carts that you drive around in, and sitting there looking at the top of the shelf, wondering how's you going to get up to that top shelf.
No, never a goose. That always helps.
Yeah, well, them kind of people, you know what I used to say up north of them? When I was up
Go
there
back to Michigan. That's what I say.
I say go to the upper part of Michigan. That way you can get the stuff on the ground floor before they ship it back down here. But here's a question that hasn't been said. If you do become king, and when you do become king, who's going to be the queen?
Muffy.
Hey, what do you mean, Muffy?
What do you mean, what do I mean, Muffy? She's my wife.
So?
Muffy, Queen Muffy.
Queen Muffy?
That doesn't just make her queen.
That's right.
Yes, it does.
Well, that sounds good, Queen Muffy.
Right, Queen Muffy.
Now, here's a suggestion. You're going to take care of all the highway problems, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take care of all the problems. I got the answer to everything.
Yeah.
Oh, let her handle the store problems with the groceries.
Why?
Maybe she can get some of them women to go
No.
these bargain centers.
No. Queen Muffy is going to be very busy redecorating the castle and selecting the royal jewels and things of that nature. Now, she has a very full schedule.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I'll take care of all the other stuff. Don't worry about it.
Are you going to have a ballot on this election, or how's it going to work?
Sir, kingdoms are not democracies. You just have to trust me.
Oh, in other words, you're just going to overthrow everybody and...
Right, you guys overthrow the government and make me king. See, it's real easy.
Well, I tell you, you got half of Citrus and Hernando County behind you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, you guys take care.
You too.
All right.
576 WS1 in Pinellas. And don't be alarmed, Belinda. He's, it's very thick glass. He can't get out. Yeah.
And a heavy door.
Yeah, very heavy door. Belinda's a little nervous here watching Jeffrey react in there.
What is in Michigan anyway? Much of anything? Lake?
A lot of closed automobile factories.
Yeah.
Let's see, my former agent has a summer home there.
Yeah.
I don't think the bankruptcy court sold it yet. And that's about it. Yeah.
I wonder where they all come down here.
Yeah. A lot of snow. Yeah. But not all year round, only basically from August through May. 576
It is the Great Lakes state.
And you can remember it with homes, huh, Jeffy?
That's right, thank you. Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior.
Which one of the Great Lakes was it that caught on fire?
I think that was Erie.
I think it was Michigan, isn't? No, it couldn't have been Michigan. Because which one's Detroit on? Because it was Detroit. It was that little thing in between. I think it's Bell Island or something, and Detroit caught on fire.
Yeah, isn't that Erie?
It really caught on fire?
Yes. It's probably about 10 years or so ago, and they have cleaned it up considerably since then. But it was the pollution. The pollution floating on top of the lake caught on fire. The lake caught on fire.
Yeah, that's Lake Erie because for years those foundries just poured stuff in there, man.
But it is my understanding that there's been vast improvement.
Well, yeah, the foundries slowed down.
Let's go to...
Disgusting. Ew. Jeffy.
What?
You're from there?
Yeah, Jared, I had a shanty that floated right on top of the crap on the top of Lake Erie. That's where I live.
Really? I'll be damned. Let's go. What's this line 1 thing mean? I don't understand. That's your speeding ticket buddy that you're still talking to. Then what is it? I don't understand.
Tampa.
That's not what it says up there.
I know that's not what it says, but I'm busy.
Tampets. Hi there, Tampets. You're on the air at WSUN.
Am I in?
I guess so.
Hey, how y'all this afternoon?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm great. Bob, I want to know what's your official position on turn signals?
Turn signals? Well, they should be used.
They should be used.
Well, of course.
There's a large percentage of drivers in the area who don't seem to use them.
Most of them are from Michigan.
Oh, no, I've seen a lot of Florida plates, too. Plates that I see every day.
Well, they're former Michiganders who came down here to escape the high taxes in Michigan and got Florida tags.
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised about that.
Unlike even Jeffy has Florida tags.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it just kind of astounds me. You know, forget about common courtesy. I know that's not going to happen. But what about watching out for their own ass? Don't you think they would use their turn signals just because it might reduce the likelihood that they get rear-ended?
I don't know.
You're supposed to know these things, though, Bob. I don't understand.
Well, give me material I can work with, for God's sake.
The person who's doing the rear-ending is at fault anyway. So what does it matter? Yeah.
Well, it matters because a little forethought, they would reduce their chances of being rear-ended. And I don't understand why people can't be a little more courteous on the highway overall. But, you know, little things like turning left all of a sudden. Many a time I've gone out of my way not to stop and turn left when I knew there was nowhere I could go. You know, that's the worst time of all, when they stop to turn left and they can't even get in there. You see why I'm so aggravated, Bob? I don't understand.
Oh, God. I'll just hang up on him. It's 4:59. It's an unworkable call.
AM 620 WSUN, St. Petersburg, Tampa, Clearwater, where bad habits are a way of life. Now back to Lassiter on AM 620 WSUN, entertaining talk radio.
Who is it?
It's me, your new neighbor. I just came over to borrow some General International coffee.
I'm sorry, I'm all out.
Oh, excuse me.
It's all right, I'm just 19.
I understand you.
No, come on, it's not a big deal. I don't have any coffee, but why don't we go have steak?
I don't know what to say.
Or just say yes, come on in. Let's go in the shop and have had it.
I really should be going.
Come on, let's go. Let's go in. I'm feeling a bit randy. Let's...
Oh, well, I'm here for coffee, and that's it, and I'm terribly
I don't have any coffee. We could get some later. What's wrong? You don't find me attractive?
No, you're very attractive.
Okay, so come on. What, you got somebody else?
No, I'm going to go next door and...
Come on in. Let's go have steak.
I think I better go.
Let's go do the nasty.
I'm sorry.
Come on, I want... Hello?
Celebrate life's moments with General International coffees.
Ooh. 576 WSUN, Pinellas in Hillsborough, 221 WSUN.
Nice touch.
Yeah, thank you, Sherry. Let's go to Pinellas Park. Hi there, Pinellas Park. You're on the air at WSUN.
How you doing, Bob?
Doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. You know, I think all this cutting off people and slowing down so they can't get by,
yeah,
I think it's all contagious. I think so many people have it done to them, they just feel like it's their right to do it to everybody else. And I don't see any other way around it. I mean, I'm a young guy myself, 22, and it always seems like it's a race to everybody, you know. I hate the people that cut you off and just automatically slow down in front of you. They don't want to keep up with traffic anymore. They just want to get in front of you.
Yeah.
It just amazes me, you know.
Beat them with the mace.
They have no consideration. Nobody these days has any consideration. There's very few people that are old school. Luckily, I was raised by my dad, who's from.
Well, you know, you're right, it's everywhere you go. It's what I was talking about earlier. You know, perhaps I wasn't as articulate about it as I might like to have been, but that is literally what a tremendous percentage of the problem in this country is today, is that nobody gives a crap about anybody else. Their feelings, their time, nothing. It's me. Screw everybody else. If you get in my way, the hell with you. We all pay lip service, but old school, that's a good phrase, dude. That's a good phrase, because that's what it comes down to.
Exactly, you know. Nobody's the type to go out of the way to open the door for you anymore. It's just like it's going right to what the Bible says, brother turns against brother. I mean, I wasn't raised Catholic or anything, but I've heard that enough times to realize it's going to hell in a handbag.
Okay.
Guns are the answer, Bob.
Oh, guns are the answer, dude.
All right, see ya.
Okay.
Bye.
Get a gun, get a map, get out of here. 576 WSUN in Pinellas, Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. Yes. The part of Miss the manager that we like. Yes. Let's go to Saint.
That's just against your hands.
Is this from the man who laid back in his chair during the facial last week, going?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
He did.
I don't believe I ever went.
I believe you did. Let's go to St. Petersburg. Hi, St. You're on the air at WSUN.
Lassiter.
Yes.
Hey, guys. You made me drop my skis wheel when you were berating Wisconsin. Now it's got little crumbs.
I wasn't berating Wisconsin. I was defending people from Wisconsin who were, being inadvertently compared to people from Michigan.
Yeah, left-handed compliment. I got a quick question for you, then I got a couple points to touch base on.
Besides, I like Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a damn neat state.
I do too, but now I'm a Floridian, so that's like, where you from, what's your ancestry? I'm a Floridian.
Okay.
But anyway, how many Iowans does it take to build a house?
I don't know.
86 if you stack them right. But that's not why I called. Dealing with people with shopping carts. Iowa,
Yeah.
Birds, Iowa, whatever. Yeah. What I find works real well for me, I mean, it doesn't serve any purpose other than to make me grin when I'm on my way home, is when they're wandering around with their shopping carts in the middle of the lane. They never put them to the left, never put them to the right. I just throw stuff, I was going to say something else, in their cart. And
I've heard that before, yeah.
Oh, do it. And you'll see them, one or two of them at the checkout, and they're like, a lot of times they'll pay for it, or a lot of times it'll go through. They say, I didn't buy this.
Right, especially like small, really expensive items.
Exactly.
Like a little, like a little tin of caviar or something if you can find it.
Pate, capers, I mean, just real bizarre stuff.
Yeah.
It's worth it just for the looks on their face. The Green River was the river that caught on fire.
What?
The Green River?
Oh, geez, I thought you said Green Liver.
No, Green River.
Oh.
Well, which is actually, it's an extension, though, of the lake, right, that runs between, Bell Island and the mainland?
Right.
Yeah, it's just kind of a little canal, almost.
But actually, they've cleaned it up enough now that there's fish in. You can't eat it when they've got 3 eyes, but there is fish in them.
So I've heard. I understand they've done a phenomenal job in terms of cleaning that up.
They really did clean it up.
Well, no, I know. I've heard that, and did more than just clean it up. Did a phenomenal job because they were deeply, deeply embarrassed. It was a national news story, and when the lake catches on fire, for God's sake,
well, we all should
embarrassing.
Actually,
yes, we should. You're right.
But in dealing for people with bright lights, I figured out that problem years ago.
Yeah.
All you do is, I know you've got a, I think you drive a Lincoln, don't you?
No, not anymore. I've got an Infiniti.
That's right, you bought the Infiniti.
Yeah.
That's even better yet because you've got fog lights on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take it to your Infiniti garage, whatever. Have them pull the standard 300-watt high beams out and put 500 watts in.
God.
Okay, and tell them you want the headlights adjusted up 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah.
What that will do, okay, down here you don't need high beams.
I rarely use them.
No, I mean, you really don't need them. But if you adjust them up 2 or 3 degrees and 1 degree to the left, when somebody flashes you with the bright, or if they're coming at you with the bright, you can just flip your switch and you give them a brief flash. If they don't respond, just hold back on the switch. It's like landing lights on an airplane.
Yeah, but I don't think I want somebody coming at me at 60, 70 miles an hour who's blinded.
Well, they're always going to go for the ditch.
You sure?
Well, it works for me.
Okay.
The last thing is, okay, I like to drive fast.
Yeah.
I've gotten several speeding tickets. I've only had one in Florida. And it was ironic because I drive a red sports car, and my car was picked out of like 5 cars that were passing me. I was speeding. But the fastest I ever was clocked was over 130.
Oh, my God.
And I was on my way back from a Rolling Stones concert. It was the Steel Wheels tour. And it was a state patrol in Wisconsin. He gets out of the car, and he goes, Jesus Christ, do you know how blankety blank fast you were going? I go, evidently, too fast. The officer recognized me. We had a business restaurant, and they patronized the restaurant. He said, I got to give you a ticket. How fast are you going? I said, well, you got me in racing.
Wait a second. What kind of car did you have that was doing 130 and didn't blow up?
I still have the car. It's a Mazda MX-6 GT Turbo.
God.
I've had it up past 140.
Oh, my God.
You got to, I mean, drive around in 50, 55. Hey, you're only young one. Think about the Autobahn.
Driving at that speed,
I guess so.
Oh, it's neat because the faster you go because of the spoilers, the car gets lower and lower to the ground.
Oh,
and literally the telephone poles do go by like ticket sensors.
Well, I've driven at 105, and I don't ever want to go above 105.
That's third gear. But compare the accidents, and actually there's been comparisons done on this, on the Autobahn as opposed to United States. We've got a country of lousy drivers, and the big part of it is the age. In Germany, if you're on the Autobahn and somebody comes behind you and flashes their lights once, if you don't immediately move over to the slow lane, you can be ticketed. In Deutschmark, the ticket's around $220. Here, this is what I do. I've got my headlights cranked up. If I'm going someplace on the freeway, I've made it from here to Atlanta in 8 hours. And that's with gasoline stuff. But the thing is, I pull up on somebody, I'll flash them the lights a couple times. If not, if they don't move, I'll just stay and flash the lights until they move. And usually after 2 or 3 times, it gets so hot in the car that they pull over.
People who do that.
What's that?
I hate people who do that.
Well, then you should move.
That's right. Get out of the way.
Right, Jeff. They've got
just as
lanes.
much my right to drive on that road as yours, pal.
Well, then drive in the slow lane.
Glad you're number 4.
Well, I don't know, Sharon. Somebody comes up behind me doing 130 miles an hour with one hand on the wheel and the other hand holding the big wedge of cheese. I think I'm going to get out of the way, too.
But I was going to give you a recipe, too, Sharon. I'm not going to give it to you today.
No.
No. And it was a meatloaf that had pheasants, capers, and the French truffles. And it was a recipe that Bob would eat. It's not this rice and rolled out meatloaf crap. But anyway, I know you've got tons of callers. You've got about 46 minutes to get out of there. I figured you'd appreciate a little humor from Iowa.
Too bad it doesn't take more.
You guys have a good day. I think it was number 5, but Sharon's just being me.
No, it's not.
I'm watching over here. It's number 4.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. Be good, dude.
5.
130 miles an hour.
He's nuts.
He is. He is.
Nuts anyway, so.
I really didn't realize there were, cars that didn't cost a couple $100,000 that would do 130 miles an hour for any sustained period of time without blowing up.
Oh, there are. Plenty of them.
There shouldn't be. Let's go to a lady in Tampa. Hi, lady in Tampa. You're on the air at WSUN.
Good afternoon, your Sire Majesty, King Lassiter.
Good afternoon, royal loyal subject.
This is the lady who was unemployed as of yesterday, but is no longer so.
All right. What happened?
Well,
Bye, Belinda. 3 weeks.
Well,
Okay. Yeah.
I was beating up the phone yesterday, calling one temp agency and another.
Yeah.
Went all around lower part of East Hillsborough County. Finally found something out there by 301 MLK. It's just temporary right now, but I got an interview lined up for Friday for another company just in case this doesn't work out, which it probably won't.
Doing what kind of work?
Excuse me?
Doing what kind of work? Something you want to do?
Now. Assembly right now.
All right.
But I'm used to doing that. I've done that for quite a while.
Well, you're trying to save the car and, your self-esteem and the whole bit, and sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and I figure if I only work there for one day, that's at least $40 in my pocket.
That's true.
Anyway,
that's good news.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad of myself. My husband's probably waiting for me at school, so I'm going to be going fairly soon, but I just wanted to let you know what was happening with me. And also, if you're ever made king, could you put 2 new laws in the book?
Well, which 2 are those?
The first one is for anybody who is in a supermarket and they are writing a check in the express lane, off with their head.
Only after we have cut off all of their other limbs with a dull, rusty knife, then we'll take their heads off.
And
stop the bleeding so they don't bleed to death before we get a chance to take their heads off.
That would probably be justice. If there ever is such a thing as justice, it would be to...
Well, you see, I just don't... I pay most of my bills by check. I have a computer program called Quicken, and I pay most of my bills that way. I almost never take a check out on the street. I can't remember the last time I wrote a check outside of my house. And, to me, that's 1950s kind of stuff. I just don't understand. I just don't understand anymore. With ATM machines all over the place, credit cards, debit cards, the whole bit. I just don't understand still being in the dark ages using checks and tying up people. Checks will be abolished, actually, when I'm king. Checks out in the marketplace will be abolished. You can write checks from your home and mail them, but you will not be allowed to have checkbooks that you can take out on the street.
Well, you're not getting my vote for king, then. I like to write checks.
It figures. I'll bet you like coupons, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I go through those every week. Yep.
Yeah.
Save money.
What's the other one you need?
And the other one also has to do with the express lane. It has to do with people who take an entire shopping cart to the express lane with maybe 2 or 3 items in there. Why? What do you need 2 or 3 items in an entire shopping cart, blocking up every other traffic or whatever? I mean, I don't understand.
Well, I don't mind if you push it right through, but, there are people that just kind of leave it there so the next person can't put his things down or her things down, as the case may be.
That happens to me from time to time, but the check thing, it really bothers me, especially when I'm trying to get something.
So we'll station somebody by the checkout counter. We'll have them, in one of those hoods with a cattle prod.
Ooh, that sounds
okay, and if anybody tries to write a check or, doesn't push their cart through, we'll get them with a cattle prod. Is that a deal?
That's quite sure, Mr. Lassiter.
Okay, let me put you on hold. You're going to go to a hockey game. How's that?
That would be great, except I'm working Friday night.
Well, there's also Sunday.
Ooh.
I don't
think I'm working then.
Jeff, can we start tickets left for Sunday? No, we don't.
Bummer.
Oh, well. I tried.
Yes, you did try.
Okay. Well, talk to you later. Good luck on the new gig.
Yeah,
Be
I'll
good.
let you know.
All right.
Okay.
Darn. It's 5:17.
Listen to Hooters on the radio. Tomorrow, 10 to 2. Now back to the Mad Dog, Lassiter. On AM 620 WSUN.
This Boss's Day, why not show them how you truly feel with the FDT Stick It Up Your Ass bouquet?
Miss Jackson, get in here! I need... Oh, you brought me flowers. How sweet. Could you put these in a vase?
You're damn right I'll put these in a vase.
What the... Oh, say, that kind of tickles.
Yes, everyone loves the sweet smell of revenge with the FDT Stick It Up Your Ass bouquet. Get yours today.
Back we are
was that, Jeffy?
21 minutes. What did he say?
I don't know. Jeffy. What'd you say, honey?
I just had a itch on my head.
Oh, that was what you said? I think he's making fun of us.
You are a child of the universe, been listening to trees and stars over. I have no idea. It must have meant somebody who faxed it to me. It must have meant something to somebody who faxed it to me. Doesn't mean nothing to me. Let's do Largo. Hi, Largo. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great, Largo. How's it going with you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is your guy there from your new beginning of the show. You know, the beginning of your show. Somebody singing there.
So good. This is so appropriate.
Yeah.
The singer.
Oh.
Well, it's not all that funny.
Oh, I beg your pardon. We think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I know, but I've been getting a lot of abuse at work.
What do you mean?
Oh, my goodness. I will. Just a bunch of my stores, different stores that I.
Yeah.
My deal. Oh, come on, don't do this.
Beauty.
What so proudly we hail, and the twilight
flash gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight,
He changed it.
all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly dreaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomber singing air, gave through to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God, it gives us puts tears in our eyes.
I'm stirred.
Are you trying to make this twice as bad, Bob?
No, we enjoy it. You know, it's a good patriotic way to start the show every day.
Every
day. Every day about 2:10, I get about 100 phone calls from my store, and they're, all I get is laughing and hang-ups.
We get a lot of those, too.
Well, all I can say is, unfortunately, a lot of unpatriotic Americans who have no appreciation of music are unfortunately troubling you, and I would report them to the phone company if I were you.
Well, I was thinking about it. The reason why I called was on my way home, I heard that guy that was at the Bucks game, and I actually was at the Bucks game also.
Yeah.
And I saw that fight.
Oh, really?
Did you see a kid with buck shaved?
Well, actually, there weren't too many people there, so I guess it would have been kind of easy.
Yeah.
Well, it was just, we were across the stadium, and this was just before everybody started throwing their fans. I'm sure everybody saw that on TV. They gave out these fans. I guess it was Channel 8 gave them out.
Yeah.
And they were just a circle, looked like a little frisbee on a paper stick, and everybody just decided that the Bucks were playing so bad that they would throw them all over the field. And there was about 50,000 of them all over the place.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, but anyway, I did see that guy's fight, and the guy that did pick the fight with the son was pretty much a dirtbag, from what I could see.
Well, we were talking off the air. You know, it's just such a shame. Most people do not abuse the, frankly, privilege. But it's really to a point where I seriously question selling alcoholic beverages at sporting events because of the relative handful, but nonetheless they make it miserable for everybody around them, of the people who just can't handle the damn beer.
That's, you're absolutely right. Now, I'll tell you, I go, like, I told you I have season tickets to the Lightning, and I go to every single game. I rarely ever miss one. And
yeah, I've never seen anybody drunk on his ass, and you can buy all kinds of, hell, you can buy mixed drinks at the Lightning games.
Absolutely. And
downstairs and, wash your troubles away in Black Russians if you want to.
You're not kidding. And
that kind of money.
Yeah, right. You have enough money to be in there. The reason why I called was this was a non-alcohol related incident. I had brought two of my friends to a hockey game last year. first hockey game they had ever seen. So I pre-briefed them on the rules at the house. Gave them a little tip on the players and this and that. How to pronounce the names. Now to me, that's the most important thing. If you're going to say a guy's name, pronounce it right. Nobody wants to hear their name pronounced wrong.
Right.
Well, I took the guys there, and we had these 3 guys sitting behind us. And the one guy in the middle, I guess, apparently had gone to a hockey game or two, and he just thought he was, these were pretty much, I guess I would describe them as a bunch of bookworms that were behind us. And the one guy acted like he knew what he was doing. The other 2 guys were clueless. Well, the whole game, this guy was just going, and he came down the ice, and are you watching this? Like right behind my ear, the whole game. And I kept turning around, I go, excuse me, just trying to be real polite. And I was just telling my friends, whispering to them, okay, well, you see what he just did there? That was a penalty because he hit him with the stick in the back. Real light. And this guy was just, going at it. And finally, I just turned around after the game, and I said, I just want to thank you for the most miserable experience I've ever had in my entire effing life. I said, if I wanted to hear some idiot commentating this game, I'd have sat on my couch and drank a case of beer and listened to the guy on TV. I just want to thank you for ruining my effing evening. And I walked away.
And it happens so often.
And I just thought to myself, how inconsiderate after I asked him, once, at the first break, if he could just, tone it down. I just want, I want to enjoy the game. I pay my money. I just want to enjoy the game.
And a lot of it.
Yeah, and to have this guy behind me, and the thing was, he was pronouncing every single name wrong. I mean, you could not even imagine how this guy butchered the English language.
Well, it happens in the movies. Again, people just totally oblivious to the rights of the people around them. Just no consideration at all. There's nothing you can do about it, of course, short of making me king.
Right. Well, see, I figure, when you're king, everybody, people that talk first time, throw a muzzle on them. At any sporting event, at any movie, at any restaurant.
Well, we did think about the muzzles, but they might be able to get them off, especially if they had friends. So what we're going to do is put a scarlet B on their foreheads if they can't handle beer at sporting events,
Okay.
And that way you go up to buy a beer, and the guy behind the counter will brush your hair away and say, oh, no, you got a scarlet B. Sorry. King says we can't sell you beer.
Well, I think that would curb it, but, they may have come with friends who might buy it for them.
What I can't imagine is this stuff is so damn expensive at these sporting events.
Oh, $4 a beer.
And these morons, what the hell could they possibly do to earn that kind of money to get that much of a load on at the game? Jesus.
Well, I won't lie to you. I've been known to, have a few.
Drink up a little bit before the game.
Well, yeah, we'll have some on the way there and in the parking lot. And then, occasionally maybe have one beer a period, which I think is reasonable. But, we don't get to the point where we're, falling down the stairs, driving home, running in the cars, and starting fights.
I know. I hear what you're saying. Well, how'd you like to go to it? Oh, you've got season tickets.
Yeah, see, I don't want to take tickets from anybody that might,
God, I'm having a hell of a time not giving away these tickets.
I mean, I'll take them off your hands. I really will. I mean, they're better seats than mine, I'm sure, because I have general admission. But, I would...
Oh, well, okay. Then let me put you on hold.
Oh, excellent, Bob.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Hope they're better seats than yours. Well, I'm telling you, man.
You never know.
Hey,
we never know because...
You're ready to go to a game, seriously. I mean, I've watched hockey my whole life. I played organized hockey for 10 years up in Jersey. I'm telling you, I can be a perfect guy for you if you haven't watched it before.
Oh, I've watched hockey before.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were a big hockey guy.
No, I'm not a big hockey guy in that I don't know all the nuances of the game, but that I actually find more enjoyable because since I don't know when I'm really seeing fantastic play or when I'm really seeing lousy play, it's all exciting to me.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that great, though?
Yes, it is.
And I get that satisfaction when I bring somebody, like I told you, I brought my mom to a game, my grandmother. They think that's the greatest thing because they really don't know what's going on aside from seeing like a little clip on, at 11:30 on the news.
If both teams are really listless, that I can see. But, as long as, they're making some kind of an effort, I can't tell if it's a great game or just a good game. So to me, it's a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the beauty of it. That's why I like to, take like I said, my mother and my grandmother, they just enjoy the heck out of it. It's a way for them to get out of the house, have a good time, and they don't know better. I could have taken them to, the junior lightning, and they'd have a good time just as well.
Here, well, let me put you on hold.
I appreciate it, Bob.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's 5:31.
You're listening to Bob Lassiter on AM 620 WSUN.
Yeah, I know he's a little gruff, but isn't he so damn lovable?
Entertaining talk radio.
Yes, he is lovable. 5:34 the time, 26 minutes away from the hour of 6 o'clock. That clock up on the wall just keeps getting slower and slower and slower.
Yeah. Turn the lights out.
Well, it's not going to make the clock the right time.
Seems like it's getting close to dark and time to go home. I want to go home. Go home. What are you going to do tonight, Bob?
Can't go home, old woman. Let's go to a lady in Sarasota. Hi, lady in Sarasota. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hello.
Hi.
My goodness, that guy that you had on the phone just now.
Yeah.
Was like pretty long-winded. I'm not an impatient person.
Yeah.
But when he was like talking about his mother and his grandmother, I thought, I'm just going to hang on because I wanted to say this.
Well, we honor mothers on this show.
I honor my mother too. All right, so I went to go get some tires.
Yeah.
And I thought that this was about a 17 or 18-year-old girl that was next to me. I thought I kept seeing her sucking her thumb. And then when I looked, she was. Okay.
Yeah.
Then a couple days later, I was in a store, and there was two girls, and they were mid-20s or so, and they were sucking their thumbs. And I don't know if you have this phenomena going on up there, but I just think it's really bizarre. Now, I know that some people are like dangling the pacifiers around their necks.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, do you see a lot of adults sucking their thumbs?
From Michigan.
I think it's strange.
No, the people from Michigan are used to chewing on whale blubber, which is very, very difficult to get down here, so they suck on their thumbs.
Well, I think this is
Jeffy, we'll get you your whale blubber. Jesus.
This is a fad, I think. Because then I saw a girl driving her car with her thumb sucking thing going on.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Did you not see like the whole pacifier? I think you.
Well, I've encountered it, but I don't think I've you said you've encountered it 3 times in a short period. I might have encountered it 3 times in my adult life.
That's Sarasota, though, Bobby.
I think it's a newer trend.
So there goes. First you take away the cigarettes. Now you want to take away my thumb. Thank you very much for calling.
Not good for your teeth, anyway.
Well, he shot his teeth trying to cure the leather to make his boots.
Here's another thing. I worked with some Arabics, and they told me that women with hairy arms, that tends to be like a real sexy thing, that women with hairy arms tend to have a lot of sex appeal. Have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't.
And apparently there's some movie stars or celebrities that are over there, what's the word I'm looking for? Sex the goddesses or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And, having the hairy arms definitely does it for them. Yep.
Yeah.
That confirms it.
Yeah. Learn something new every day. Well, thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome. Oh, by the way, one more thing.
Yeah.
This will be arm hair
I heard this advertisement, and it talks about what this guy thinks that you might look like.
Yeah.
And he said you had yellow fingernails and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really strange because if one were to just hear you talk, you would sound to me like a conservative guy. But when you laugh, somehow when you laugh, you sound kind of evil. Like,
yeah, you got it.
There you go.
That's not true.
It's hard to figure out there, lady.
Well, it's like a real throaty laugh, and it changes my whole. So I wonder what you look like. Do you have yellow fingernails?
Scary.
No, I do not have yellow fingernails.
Do you have long hair in a ponytail that's balding or something?
No.
What do you look like? I mean,
He's growing a tail.
No, don't lie about the balding.
Are you happy?
I bear somewhat of a resemblance to I beg your pardon.
Who do you possibly look like?
I bear a resemblance to Orson Welles, except I'm not that heavy.
Orson Welles?
Yes, facially I bear a resemblance to Orson Welles.
Who told you that?
What do you think he looks like?
Ain't Orson Welles. Hey, Orson Bean.
I mean, is he distinguished?
Yes, I'm very distinguished.
Orson Bean. He's one of my heroes.
You must understand that I work with someone who refers to herself as Sharon the Body Taylor.
You do, not me.
Who used to swim in a slime pit as a child and still remembers it fondly.
I'm still not going to get an answer of what you look like.
And someone from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan who had to fight off bears.
No, wait a second now. I am not a youper.
Youper?
Don't. I'm not a youper? I'm not a youper.
The people I work with do not understand sophistication. They are bitterly, bitterly jealous of me.
Are you gray hair?
Pardon, ma'am?
You have gray hair?
I have some gray hair, yes.
And your eye color?
Greenish.
And your height?
6'2".
And your weight?
230.
Fingernail length?
Fingernail.
Yeah, they're kind of hazel. Well, until yesterday, they were about an inch.
That's not true. And how much do you smoke a day?
2 to 3 packages.
You don't.
No, I do.
And you like that?
Well, no, I don't like it. I'm addicted to it.
You know what? There was one other thing. I know I keep adding this on, but...
Yeah.
She was talking about that guy from Largo and his mother.
I'm a long-winded, no doubt about it.
But this is good information. I think there's a lot of people out there that want to know what you look like.
You see what kind of people I work with? They just brutally attack anyone that comes into their sphere.
Just because I'm showing some interest in
Exactly, precisely.
Well, we just want to work with Arabic people, too, okay?
Well...
Some hairy-armed women in here.
Now, there's an idea.
What was it that you wanted to know, ma'am?
Okay. Somebody had mentioned, like, this holistic healing thing, and they thought that they could heal themselves through diet and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you were so, I want to say, like, not negative, but you were just so direct, and you were like, do you actually think that somebody could, heal themselves, and do you think that that really is misleading to those that are trying to fight cancer, etc.? And so I got the feeling that you didn't think that people could really heal themselves through diet and, like, not smoking and things like that.
No, I quite disagree there. I have very, very firm belief in the power of people to heal themselves. I am very, very skeptical, to put it as mildly as I possibly can, in terms of people who think or proclaim that they can heal others. No, I'm a very, very strong believer in mind over matter. Obviously there are you're probably not going to be able to heal your severed arm. That is not realistic, but I believe that your attitude has a great deal to do with your physical being, well-being. Obviously, there are things that you can't overcome. I doubt very much. Well, let's talk about cancer. What is cancer? Cancer, we all are born with, and we all have gazillions of cancer cells running around inside of us right now. Some of us, for some reason, those cancer cells accumulate in one particular area of the body and start to consume it because the immune system stops fighting off those cancer cells. Well, I see nothing that bizarre about being able to rekindle your immune system to a reasonable degree. I mean, if the cancer has already eaten away your lung, it ain't going to grow back. Well, your lung especially. I would think that it is not unreasonable that a good positive attitude would help in fighting off some kinds of disease. No, that's not that bizarre to me.
Well, let's just say that your attitude didn't remain that positive, but you changed the way that you were eating and stuff like that.
But if you're talking about coming in and waving 3 feathers over my head and chanting...
How did you know?
That I don't believe in.
I got you. Okay, well, that sounds good.
Okay, be good. 576 WSUN, Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. And, of course, toll-free 1-800-356-WSUN. It's been a long, wet summer in Sarasota, Sharon. Don't be so harsh. It's 5:43.
Case of beer because it tasted old. Have you ever toasted with beer? Have you ever spent the money for the electric bill on beer? Have you ever let another man sleep with your wife in exchange for a case of beer? Do you have sexual fantasies involving beer? Have you ever had a beer Woody? Do you think this might be the best possible time in history for a beer lover to be alive? If so, do you think you might be teetering on the brink of a raging alcohol addiction that, left unchecked, will inevitably lead to a desperate, fevered consumption of more and more and more beer? Really? Cool.
Sammy Adams Beer. If you could answer yes to any of these questions, you're the kind of customer we've been looking for.
Okay, smart Alec over there. How would you describe me?
You?
Yes, I'm not an easy person to describe.
No, you're not.
Because I'm a bunch of paradoxes.
Well, physically, you mean, or?
Anyway.
I know.
Anyway. I mean, my demeanor is relatively sophisticated, though I appear to be a slob.
White trash with money. How's that?
White trash with money,
That's you, baby. What else you want?
Well, I would prefer white trash with money and perhaps an Ivy League degree.
Nouveau Riche. How about that?
I don't think Nouveau Riche is my house is very tasteful. It is not gaudy at all.
You should help me, Jeffy. We should describe him.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have to describe him.
We have to describe
Does
it?
he look like anybody? I don't think he